Well, ladies, we're doing Italian style. You girls, so go ahead and dig in.
Family style. We'll
Family.
serve.
That over there, that's I haven't.
These are
never
long
talked about.
hots.
That's
that
your bestseller.
I put them on in the very beginning because nobody really has them.
Okay.
Usually, you know how it is. They saute garlic in oil, whatever. I said, let me do stuff that they don't sell, whatever. I'll take them
Yeah.
off because I do my own menus. I type everything up. Number one seller. I swear, I got people coming in to say, first time here, I was told to have the long hots.
I've been here a number of times. I haven't seen this before.
They're on a
But
menu.
you know what?
I don't know
You
why.
know why I think that is because a lot of people actually grow those, so it's really reminiscent. It's really nostalgic for people. It's like, oh, my grandmother grew those peppers.
Yeah,
I know what to do
yeah.
with them. Let me taste them.
The only issue with these, they tell me, how hot are they? I got no clue. It's a
Each one's
pepper.
different.
Yeah.
It's all better. So what I tell them is like, my wife doesn't like spicy, but she loves these. So
Okay.
I say, you eat the tip down here.
Yeah.
And if it's pretty mild, it'll continue to get hotter,
Together.
but it's okay. If down here is hot, don't.
Okay.
Because then it means it's gonna kill you.
And what's stuff with?
Breadcrumb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
It's
it's,
not
it's, it's gonna have bread. No. Sausage, ground
Okay,
beef,
okay.
garlic, parmigiano, pecorino, all the good
Pepper's
stuff.
like a box of chocolates. You never know how hot it's
Yeah,
gonna be.
yeah,
You
yeah.
really don't. You don't know what you're gonna get. Every pepper is different.
By the way, I like chocolates, the one sweet that I do like.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate when they know that I like chocolate, so they give me like a box of chocolates. And the thing that pisses me off the most is when it doesn't have a little direction menu in it, which is which.
You gotta guess.
Because I don't like all of them.
I agree.
You know, I like this particular
gotta
one. Then
know.
I'm like, what the heck is wrong with you? There's no freaking thing in there.
I need a
box.
guide,
I
yeah.
want the one I want.
Does that sound finicky?
Yeah.
No.
It does.
No, I
I
mean,
don't think it's
A friend of mine
finicky.
brought me,
I respect
he
it.
brought me, he goes to Germany, he brought me like 2 weeks ago, brought me a box of chocolates. I go, I'm gonna bring him again. I was gonna tell him, bro, do me a favor, make sure there's a little list inside. I didn't say anything, but he brought it, I got these beautiful boxes, this whole
Yeah.
thing. I'm like, okay, what the are these?
Right.
And I'm tasting one, like, oh, this one.
You want what you like.
Come on,
but
huh?
you're a chef, so if you're not finicky, like there's a problem. You can't be a chef and be like, oh, that's all right. You know, like
Yeah.
that's good. You know, you gotta have a palate.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
And a preference.
yeah.
Well, here, let me help you
Okay.
girls out with this one.
Jen, give me a
Check
plate.
it. All right.
I'm gonna cut it in half.
Yeah.
Now, these are seeded. There is some seeds left. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you the bottom part,
Okay.
because the top part tends to
Then give me
be
your plate.
the spicier part of it. Give me
Thank
that plate. I'm
you.
gonna give her this one. She can
So we
figure
have
out.
a saying that we work with a lot that we say everyone's always welcome at my table, and that doesn't matter who you are, what you do, but we always at the end of the day
Thank you, sweetheart.
come
Oh,
together.
aspetta. Come over here.
Aspetta.
My
Oh, the
friend.
juice. Well, we need the
Oh.
juice.
A scarpetta.
Can't forget. Oh my God. Hold on, don't forget me.
That's
either.
it.
Babe, how can I
forgot.
forget? You're right next to me.
Oh
This in Italy, you know what it's called?
no.
The midnight pasta.
Why is it
Right or wrong?
Because you get home after a long
And-
night, and it's like you have the ingredients, garlic oil, chili,
Yeah.
so you can just throw it together.
True.
I like
Or
it.
if you go to a friend's house for dinner,
Yeah.
whatever, 7 o'clock, whatever,
Yeah.
and you're hanging out, you're drinking, you're playing cards, then around midnight comes, you're hungry again. A spaghettata. And a spaghettata is arrabbiata, which would be the garlic and oil and tomato spicy, or aglio e olio like this.
This is very good. Can you taste the anchovies?
No.
See?
There we go.
I saved
This
$100.
is so good. I'm gonna literally order that every time I'm here.
It's like the perfect pasta.
It is such a simple pasta, but at the same time, a lot of places you go to, it's just brodo. They just like, it's just brodo.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing how food brings people together?
The biggest business deals ever are always done at a dinner table.
This is
We all
true.
gotta eat.
We
Yep.
all have to eat. We all appreciate good food.
How do you feel about the red sauce concept of spaghetti aglio e olio being like the side dish with a side of pasta? How everything comes with pasta.
Yeah, take a deep breath. She's challenging.
I'm
today.
asking the hard-hitting questions.
Did you expect that today?
This is my Diane Sawyer moment.
I'm gonna give you two answers. Because we're in the United States and we are the ones that give that type of culture to the American people, at this point, that's what it is. If that's what you're opening, that's your concept. An Italian sit down and he said, let me get a plate of pasta on the side of my whatever steak. I'm like, no,
How do you feel about chicken on pasta?
I hate it.
I don't know if I've ever heard that.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh,
it
can I
seemed
get a fettuccine
Alfredo
Alfredo
with chicken.
with chicken, breaded chicken cutlets sliced on top? And you know, even today, even in this American joint,
This American joint he called.
American time. You know what I say? Absolutely. I give him the pasta,
Yeah.
and I give him a chicken cutlet on the side.
A chicken cutlet. they're
On the
like,
side, I give
But
it
he
to
won't
them.
put it on top.
I won't put it on top
He
for
won't
them.
do it.
I will not say no to you because, you know, whatever. Right down on the side. Or I make, like a middle plate, I do like a roasted beet salad with golden beets, and, it's a nice salad or quinoa, whatever. Oh, can you put chicken on top? Sure. And I give it to them on the side. I give it to you on the side, then whatever you do to the dish afterwards, it's on you. It's not gonna be on me. You wanna go kill it? Go kill it. You want to put chicken, you want to put cheese on top of this, linguine white clam sauce? Absolutely. You do it. Many times people come here and they say, oh, can you make me this? And it's totally something that I don't have it on the menu. And I say to them, look, I never made it before. It's not my dish. I never get stupid with dishes. When people do get stupid. Once a year at Vino, I'm the only one in Staten Island until not too long ago. I do a white truffle month. The whole month of the end of October through the whole month of November, when it's in season, I do white truffles. You know, they're very expensive, this and that. I charge nothing for it because in the city, you're looking at an average of 120 and up. I serve for like $50, $60. I make no money on it. I'm dead serious. But I like the prestige of having it. And it attracts a certain clientele.
This isn't truffle country, to be fair. So it's like, that's a very different, a unique thing to do, to offer.
That I'm not doing. Oh my God, I'm not doing it. I don't give a you paying $200 for it.
You gotta taste the truffle.
Yeah. This is not cream of truffle.
No.
This is fresh truffle.
Right.
At $2,800 a pound.
And that's a really great deal to come to. I've seen you do that before. So I want to switch the tables a little bit. We talk about food, but I want to hear more about like the businesses of you guys because you guys have created such a personality for yourselves, each of you. Did you ever expect growing up that this is what you'd be doing? I know you were going to be a teacher, you thought, right?
I was gonna be a teacher. No, I mean, I think like you just make plans for yourself and God laughs and and life takes you in different directions and it's about like realizing what you really are good at and what you want. Could you imagine me as a teacher? I'd be a terrible teacher.
You'd be a fun teacher. That'd be a fun class.
I gotta tell you, when I was going to school, teachers did not look like you girls. Tell you
Yeah,
right
but
now.
like I'm just saying, like I don't think I would be happy being a teacher. I don't think I would be fulfilled being a teacher in that. I feel like I do still teach because
Yeah, you do.
I teach people how to cook through my videos and
How they should eat it.
how they should eat it, how to teach people oral history.
You're teaching in your own way.
I do, but in a box. I felt like being in a classroom was kind of like being in a box for me, and I didn't want to live that way.
When did you know that you were going to start creating content and start sharing your perspective? Like, what was the shift for you?
I've been around such a long time. When I started creating content, no one was creating content. Nobody on the internet, nobody on YouTube who was making food videos sounded like me, looked like me. They were restaurant chefs or they were at least trained chefs. I was this little girl cooking with different grandmothers. And for a long time, I actually had like imposter syndrome where like I didn't think I had any business doing this. Over time, it became very apparent that it was about the relationship that I had with these ladies that were so much older than me and all the things that I could learn from them. And you start to relax in your role where I was kind of like everybody's granddaughter. I became really comfortable with that. With every time I would work with a new lady, it was like I got a new nonna. Of course, I have my nonna that I love to death, that she's my only grandparent that I ever had. So we have a special relationship and all the content I made with her is amazing, but I didn't do any of this by myself. I had the wisdom of close to 100 ladies over the years that I've met and I've listened to their stories and their recipes and nobody makes the same thing the same way. Nobody makes the same dish the same way.
They all have their own little version.
Yeah.
Well, like I said before, they took a dish and said, oh, okay, and then they made it their own. They know what their kids liked and so forth, and they made it their own with their own little twist.
It's your family's palate. And then, especially from an Italian-American perspective, you're talking about this generation of women. My nonna was born in 1933. So I always say that was the greatest generation that ever lived. And she's from Puglia. She's from a small village in Puglia, but she worked in a factory at the Howard Clothing Factory in South Brooklyn for 27 years. So what did she do? She went to work there, and all of a sudden, for the first time of her life, she's meeting Sicilians, Neapolitans, Calabresi, and they all have great recipes, and they all probably bring something, and it's like, oh, how did you make, come l'hai fatto? And they get recipes from each other. So you get this fusion of Southern Italian cuisines with all these different influences. And sometimes she would make stuff that wasn't regional. How do you make, like my nonna started making caponata out of the blue one day. And I was like, oh, my friend Franca, she's Sicilian, so she made it, I liked it, it's good, and now I make a barè style caponata. And I was like, beautiful.
I mean, the ingredients are the ingredients that we use in Italy, right? The only, I believe, cuisine that is very different compared to the rest of the regions of Italy has to be the Sicilian. Sicilian tends to have ingredients that we don't use throughout the majority of Italy because they have a very big influence from North Africa. Couscous, I mean, go on and on, saffron and raisins and pine nuts and candied fruits and all that. These are very specific ingredients that is in North African cuisine. But there was 300 years of history history. Back then, it was called the Two Sicilies, Le Due Sicilie, which is the Sicily you know now, and Calabria at one point was actually another part of Sicily. And their cuisine is very different from the rest of, I think, of Italy. What do you think about that? Specific ingredients that they use. I mean, don't get me wrong. Most of the spices, they all came from North Africa at one point or another, in India, in Asia, and so forth. But specifically those that they use down there, they're quite different from the rest.
No, I think Sicily's cuisine is unique. I can always taste it. I can always taste a Sicilian nonna sauce because it's sweeter.
Sweeter.
It's always sweeter. And there's a different texture to it as well. Like you said, like there's raisins, there's pine nuts, there's candied fruits, there's a lot of different, it's more sensual almost. There's a lot of different scents to it. Not just like in Napoli, things are fried. Sicily has a lot more assertive flavors, like their pasta with sardines for St. Joseph's Day. It's got everything. It's got sardines, it's got anchovies, it's got wild fennel, it's got a crunch from the pine nuts, the raisins. It's just like such a mix of textures
I went through
and flavors.
45 pounds of sardines this past few days. Or St. Joseph and the days after that.
Yeah. Nobody makes that the same way.
No.
No one
They don't.
person makes that the same way.
Even the sardines appetizer, the beccafico. There's two particular versions of them. One is breaded and pan fried. The other one, they're not breaded at all. They're rolled and they're stuffed with pine nuts and raisins and garlic, and then they roll them up. And sometimes they'll roast them together, rolled with slices of oranges and stuff, and they roast them. So there's different, depending, where you come, which area of Sicily you come from. Same thing with St. Joseph pastry, they do it differently.
Funny story, Sarda Beccafico was the first episode I ever filmed.
Really?
My friend Leah's mother, Rosalia, she made pasta con le sarde, and she made
How was the
sarda
beccafico? Which ones were they?
She was
the rolled?
rolled with the breadcrumbs
okay.
and raisins.
Okay.
She used currants. That's one thing. So who uses currants? Who uses raisins?
raisins.
There's so many different nuances to food, to like traditional food.
Bucatini Sarde, I've had it. It's not my dish. It's not for me. I'll eat the legs off the table, but I'm not gonna go and order it. But I'll have it and eat it. I had the one that is very green and dark, which they use the wild fennel if they're able to get it.
That's the good one.
And they make like a puree out of it. The problem with the restaurants that make it with that, most likely, I hate to tell you, is comes from that can that they sell.
Quaco.
Can.
If it's the red one, it comes from the can. Yeah.
Correct. Then there's the ones that put tomato sauce. I don't like the one tomato sauce. I think it hides the flavor of the sardines too much. I made it. And I'm not Sicilian, nowhere close to that, but a lot of guys over the weekend came over and, like I said, 45 freaking pounds of it. My people in the kitchen hated me because they're there cleaning sardines for like hours.
Cleaning sardines should be a torture that is assigned. You
Yeah.
have to debone them, but the bones are like almost invisible. It's very,
Then you got to go to have my guys with a tweezer.
Oh, get out.
in
Yeah.
my
That's
second book,
torture.
Cooking with Nona Holidays, I have like a real deal pasta con l'estate with the green sauce that's all wild fennel, and it was
Where do you get the wild
torturous.
fennel from?
Wait, I got mostly regular fennel, and then like I used the front. I had a hookup back then, I won't talk about it. But
I made it mainly white, and I used, as far as tomato, I like a little color. I just put a little cherry tomatoes that cooks inside for a while. The raisins, obviously, and then I buy the wild fennel pollen.
okay,
Which
to give
is
that
a
flavor.
beautiful flavor. That's what. Then you can use the fennel fern, even though it doesn't have much of a
You
flavor.
need a lot of them.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a lot of flavor to it. Not the flavor that we're talking about. It looks exactly the same.
Listen.
The dill is too strong. I use dill.
It's
way too powerful.
It's never gonna be the same.
No.
That's what I tell people. I make this and I follow my mother's recipe. It's just not the same. And I was like, because you're not the same.
Right.
Cooking a recipe is like a fingerprint.
100%.
It's not gonna be the
I
same.
give them my recipes. I'm gonna do the thing, whatever, the film. And at the end of the day, it's the hand, they call it. La mano mia, la mano sua è diversa. They're both gonna be great, but they cannot be exactly the same. They'll never will be. It just isn't.
My nonna and her sister, her youngest, she's one of 7, but her younger sister is 88. My nonna's 91. And my nonna can make orecchiette pasta like a dream. And my zias always have a hole in them. Same family, same upbringing. They probably were both making, by now, they're 4 years apart. So the same amount of years, roughly.
Yeah.
Can't make it the same.
Always has a hole in them. What are you going to do?
Right.
So it
Just
doesn't
the way-
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each their own.
Not everyone's going to be the Babe Ruth. Not everyone's going to.
In their own way.
Right.
Their own paper.
Spaghetti white clam sauce, guys.
What's next?
Yes.
You use butter. You and the French use butter. We use oil. Okay?
Relax.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
If you knew, and if people Like I do things for home cooks, and I'm like, if you knew how much oil and butter people use in the back of the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Because you gotta fix something in a kitchen, what do? Oil and butter.
Right.
I want to apply that to my life. Like, what is the
Add
butter
butter
and cream of my life?
Can we incorporate this into your advice?
I have to.
I feel like you should.
Now I must.
The sound bites. Like, can we take tally of this?
It's like, what is the butter and cream?
Mix it up a little bit so it's a little more warm on the bottom,
Right, yeah.
obviously.
Question for you then. So we have all this amazing food, all these recipes that you've done. When did you then transition into giving advice? And like, how did that happen for you naturally? Because you're so comfortable at it.
I mean, because I wasn't trying, I think. I don't know, one day I was eating mortadella and I just said something like inspirational. And I did not think about it. I wasn't strategic. I wasn't like, this is gonna change the world. Like, not at all. I was just being an idiot. And I was like, meh. And then I started saying things at the end because like people would hear the things I was saying. They were like, yeah, I'm gonna write that down. And then at the end of all the videos, I started saying, write it down. And then I would just eat something. And I don't know if it was like the combination of somebody that sounds like you because I have an accent apparently. I have voice, loud.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, exactly. I'm just like this loud, and I'm eating stuff. I talk the way you talk, and I eat the way you eat. Maybe you think I know how to live my life a little bit better than you. I don't, I promise. But maybe you believe
You're passionate.
that. Yeah, and it makes you believe in yourself. Nothing I'm saying is, I think, is reinventing any sort of wheel. I just think when you say things with confidence, you can inspire people to have more confidence.
It's part of it, yeah.
There's confidence, and there's sometimes where like you don't even believe the things that you say. Like you need to hear it from yourself. But doing that for other people, honestly, it helps me. Because I always say that when you can't help yourself, when you feel really down, because I have those days too, and you can't help yourself, help somebody else.
And you posted something recently where you were having a down day, but you shared it because everybody has those kind of days, and it's okay. And you were kind of like explaining to people that it's okay to have these and to embrace it.
You're gonna have those days, but like you had a lot of good days too. So when you're having a really bad day, you should really look back at it's a bad day. It's not a bad life. And you got to look back and look at all the things you did do and all the things you came out of that you didn't think you would. And you're going to come out of this too.
That's what I do, especially in the restaurant business. I mean, it's a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying?
Tutto passa.
Yeah, tutto passa. You got to think about the good things that are happening and what you have that is good, what you've done that was great. When you're having those moments, that happens to everybody.
People say to embrace, like they tell me that when I have those bad days from what I'm going through, they say embrace it, let it be, then release it, then go back to what the good is, right? And like allow that to live.
You
but
can't stay there.
Right. But I also have another confession.
What?
I've never had seafood before in my life. I just heard forks down.
Where do you live? Where you from? Who are you? Who are your parents?
So I'm the worst Italian you'll ever
You're Italian.
I'm part, not all, I'm part Spanish. My girl over there. I'm part
Still,
Spanish.
Spaniards love seafood.
They do. I'm from a place that they love seafood, but I've never had seafood in my life.
Like never once, not once.
Wait a minute.
Once.
You talking about just like crustaceans, like shellfish, or also fish, like
No, do
fish?
you also eat shrimp? You
Never
don't.
had
You don't
it.
eat shrimp.
Nothing
You
from the sea.
Nothing from the sea.
Tuna.
I've had tuna from a can when I was little, only because they told me it was.
All right, listen to me. Do me a favor. I'm out. That's
You thought
it.
it was chicken?
I thought that was chicken.
Oh my God. Oh.
Why? I mean, because there's got to be a reason behind it. Wait a minute. Your parents never brought seafood to you?
So my dad growing up, so I grew up in a dual culture family. Like we had Italian and Spanish in the house. But my dad, who was all Italian, was very into bodybuilding when we were little.
Okay.
He was also a picky eater, so he'd only eat chicken and vegetables. So my mom made what dad would eat. So I got his palate of the time when he was really healthy. Now he don't eat whatever he wants. But so that's what I got used to. So now I'm like, oh, I'm good. I never had.
Yeah, but that was then.
Then the Spanish stubbornness kicks in, and then I'm like, nah, I'm not wanting it anymore. I never had it. Why do I need to eat it now? That's how it goes.
Because it's a whole other world
Oh
out
my
there.
God, I could fillet a fish when I was like 2.5.
My little girl, 5 years old, she's eating a branzino whole.
Yeah.
They didn't want me to fillet it for her. She's eating the cheeks and the
That's
eyes.
your daughter?
My daughter.
My
She's 7
God.
now. She was 5 when she started doing
my
that.
God.
By the way, I don't eat the head of the fish. I don't know where she got that from. Maybe iPads. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe Peppa the Pig was eating freaking fish with the eyeballs. I don't know, but she was eating that.
Wow.
And she knew what it was. Oh, that's the eyeballs. Everything.
You had that bowl?
There's a term in my dialect that's called sukyalukya, where you
Oh.
suck the eyes. Yeah.
The cheeks, I get it, because the cheeks are delicious.
I don't do that. I don't suck on
Yeah.
the heads of fish. I don't like do that.
Or what
I
about
don't.
like, do you ever go to a pig roast and eat the face?
My friend with the pinoli allergy will eat the musso. He'll
Yeah.
eat anything. They love sweetbreads.
Well,
like
listen to me. Well, you have the guanciale, which is
The
the
cheek.
cheek of the pig, and they make like some sort of almost like a pancetta, but it's from that's fine. And depending where you go, here they call it head cheese, which is disgusting. But in Tuscany they call it soppressata, believe it or not. And you go to this butcher and you ask for some soppressata, and they grab the head of the pig and they put it in a slice machine from the neck, and they slice it. Obviously, what they did is they carved out all the meat, right? And they make like a sausage out of it. Is it tasty? Absolutely.
I don't even like tripe.
Oh, I love tripe.
I can't do.
surprised
I
at
can't
you.
do
Why?
tripe.
I'm
I just
surprised.
I wanna
don't
know.
like it. I don't
I
like the
didn't
smell.
expect
It,
No,
bo-
no, no,
I
no,
don't
no,
like
no.
it.
The texture.
Aspect. What kind of what's your experience with tripe? So
I've had it a few different ways, and I just don't. I can't do it.
okay, but what is it that you what's your
The
thought?
smell. I don't like the texture. I'm just not a fan.
What was the texture?
I had it was chewy. It was a little. I had it blended in a raviola once, and I ate that, and that was good. But
Okay,
like,
so you had it chewy, right? Okay, and then you have that smell, right? Correct?
it's not. It's
Yes or
not-
no,
yes,
right?
It's not appetizing to me.
Okay, listen to me. You have bad tripe. It's not supposed to be chewy. It's not supposed to have that smell. If they had the smell, they didn't wash it and cook it right. And if it's chewy, they undercooked it. That be sure what I'm saying? Can
I've been to like
can
a tripe dinner, and I feel like I've had it. Like they had it 3 different ways, and I was like, ugh,
I'm bringing the
Can't be
tripe
sold.
up.
I don't know.
I'm bringing the tripe up. And
We're
you
doing
all
it.
you gotta do is just taste it. You don't have to eat it, okay? And if you eat it, at least one piece, then I get you dessert, okay?
Are we doing
Okay.
this today?
Yes.
You just have tripe laying around, ready to go?
I have tripe on the menu.
I know, but like it's ready.
I feel like he really wants to do this.
He does.
I gotta do it. I gotta prove a point. If you don't like
Yeah.
this tripe, then don't ever taste the tripe ever again.
Okay, whatever, fine, we'll do.
Don't worry about
We'll
it.
do a tripe tasting.
Where'd the chicken parm go? That's the.
No, I told him to
warming
warm it
it
up a
up.
little bit.
Oh, thank
I don't
God.
want to have.
Oh my God.
I don't want you to have that stone cold.
What is she gonna eat? This poor thing.
Yeah. That was just for show.
Poverina.
Oh my lord.
You know, in Tuscany is a huge thing about tripe.
know.
La trippa.
I know.
Everywhere. They have these carts in
A
Tuscany.
triperia, yeah, like
Right, and they have like like the hot dog stands. Okay, look exactly the same
they got
thing.
tripe.
And inside the water, instead of having a dirty water hot dog, they have tripe in it, and they take it out with the lampredotto. Lampredotto is spleen. They slice the spleen, they slice the tripe, they put it on this beautiful little toasty bun, and then they put a little salsa verde with that, and then they wet it with a little bit of the broth that the tripe has been stewing in.
I believe you.
you know, it's not my thing.
No, I could do with that.
What about the bastarda, like the Sicilian?
we found
Oh,
something.
excuse
Wow.
me.
Yeah.
Wow.
The one thing about Sicilian cooking is obviously the best tuna, best swordfish actually, believe it or not, in the world comes through the Gulf of yeah.
I love that your
Okay.
wife had that handy just now. She was like, I got the white and I got the knife. For
She
you."
brought the big knife.
Yeah.
You said a big knife.
Yeah. When she's upset about me and I don't know what it is, I have my kids sleeping with me in the middle. Clean wolf, clean fork, just in case.
I
Little
have another confession,
Cipollina.
you guys.
You don't eat pork.
I've never had it. I will try it.
What are we doing here?
I'm just, I don't know why I'm here today. I'm out.
Why don't we go to a pizzeria?
What did you eat?
Listen to me. The whole
it's a
thing about
special
nothing
breed.
from the sea, that's pretty big. And now you're gonna throw on us that you don't eat pork either?
Just-
All in
I've
the same
never
freaking
had it.
seating?
I'm gonna try it.
You don't eat
today.
prosciutto, salami, all that stuff? Nothing from pork.
I don't know how I survive.
The one country in the world that does so many types of cured meats from pork, which is so different. I'm gonna have some salami. Oh my God, depends where you're at. The salami changes.
So fresh
Oh my God,
Even
the
in Spanish
cacciatorini,
culture.
speck,
Oh,
prosciutto.
Everywhere. Spanish culture, you got the jamon, all different types.
Yes. I carry a vino. You know what I have?
What?
I have pata negra, 100% black label, 100% Iberico pig. Delicious, incredible.
Capicola.
I have wild boar prosciutto there,
Yeah.
duck prosciutto, lamb prosciutto.
I like a life without pork.
What is wrong with you?
Is
I mean,
no
I'm
life
sorry,
at
honey.
all.
No, it's okay. You can say that. I'm not judging.
I'm still trying
You're
to get
judging
over.
me, but that's okay.
I'm still trying to get over the fact that you don't eat anything from the water, from fish and
No.
seafood. And
So